Hello and welcome to another video of Into Design, and today we're actually going to talk about our Guida Touring Sport, or Italian flat 12 based targa top. You see some of the early sketch work here. Of course we have a bit of fun with 80s colors and 80s people, 80s attire. And now there's finally the possibility, of course, to stick your hands out of the roof and to enjoy that flat 12 in the back. Of course, we had a bit of fun with the tail lights, the wheels and the headlights as well. But for the final car, that was all OEM. We didn't change that, and that was actually the briefing too. So the client really appreciates the beautiful Viervanti lines of this car, the side streaks, the horizontal setup, the quite radical surfaces. And that's what we worked with, and actually the biggest amount of work was to make sure the car didn't really change appearance, despite the fact that we had to do quite a bit of work to enhance the rigidity of the bodywork. So on the smaller screen here, a few sketches on how the roof panels would work. Again, what you could say simple targa top, two different roof panels that would lock into place. However, the OEM setup, the OEM structure of the car was actually quite weak for this motor car, and that meant we had to do quite a bit of work to ensure the stiffness was correct. And the beauty of it all is that we have the car here today, which is a very special moment. We delivered it only this week to the client. It's going to go to Andorra very soon, but we're able to show it to you live on camera now, which is great because you can really appreciate all the detailed work that went into it. To do that, we're going to have a little trip down memory lane. We're going to show you a couple of beautiful cars that were produced by this brand, and we're going to take you through the showroom here to show you these cars, to show you a bit of heritage, and to finally, of course, end up with Guida Touring Sport. Underneath here is our Daytona shooting brake homage. We can't show you much of this car at this current stage because we're full on developing details, headlights, taillights, and many other elements. But we're here to show you more of that spectacular shape that in this case is a 355, a bit younger than our car, of course. Here a 512 Berlinetta boxer, beautiful color and materials, and that very typical shark nose and very wedgy setup of the volumes. The same goes for this GTB turbo, a way more modern car, a 360 of course. Koenig Special, a 512BB tuned by this iconic German tuner. Big spoilers, proper 80s icon, and I think a good starting point to show you Guida Touring Sport. And we show it first like this, so we don't take off the drapes yet. And you'll find that the roofline is truly OEM. Again, a very important point for this specific client. We're going to take off the drapes together with my colleague Tim. And if you come a little bit closer, thank you. If you come a bit closer, you can really see that the curvature of the roof is entirely OEM. And we used quite a bit of R&D to make sure, together with our partners, that this car would look the way it does today. So we used even the original rain gutter and all the other elements. However, an important difference between the OEM car and this is that we're missing a frame, a window frame right here. So for that truly open top feeling, we decided that that really had to go. And once the rooftops are off, which we'll show you in a moment, that true open top feeling can be enjoyed in the best way possible. So we're going to quickly take off the roof now and show you the car the way it is enjoyed. So there we go, 2 roof elements off, and I'd like to invite you to the car to see all the lovely details. Quite a bit of work went into making sure the car would be stiffer than the original car, and a few elements I can show you. For instance, here the parcel shelf looks OEM, is not. There's a big crossbeam here. That is actually the only element that shows that this is a conversion, because this diagonal element is not in the OEM setup. Underneath the center console there are also many different elements that support the car without a roof. Then underneath the dashboard as well, left to right. Then cleverly hidden behind the OEM setup when it comes to the speakers is also a cross brace running all the way up into the A-pillars. So the space that used to be there for a big 1980s speaker is now basically occupied with metal elements to structurize this car. And of course there is still a speaker in there, but a modern one and quite a bit smaller. Then when it comes to the door cards, they might look OEM as well. They are not, because in this corner as well as in this far corner, which you'll see there as well, we've added some triangles, again for added rigidity. So that meant the door cards had to be changed as well. When it comes to the sill, that also was taken apart completely. Laser cut elements were placed in there again for structural rigidity. And I'm probably forgetting a few other elements here and there that we strengthened. The door cards are entirely new, like I said, looking OEM, but they are not, so fully newly upholstered as well. The same goes for the dashboard, and we've added a few small touches like the Guida Touring Sport logo on the right lower side of the dashboard, and this plaque in front of the iconic gear lever. Again, apart from that, the car is basically OEM, especially on the outside, bar one small touch, and that's of course our logo nicely integrated into the bodywork, so pushed into the bodywork for that clean look. But from the outside, the car could have been produced by the factory. And that truly was the aim, to have this look, this GTS look that the brand itself also produced, but never in this body shape. I'm going to ask my colleague Tim to pick up this roof panel just to show you the inside of it. Yeah. So here we've got the lever. It's nicely milled out of aluminium. What we do is we would open the security metal lever there, and then this can be opened like that. So 2 hooks, left and right, will lock into the car. There's one and there's the other one, and of course we have these polished hooks here on each corner that will lock into the central part of the car. So a typical setup used in the 80s. Again, something we really want to emphasize for this car. The aim was to design a car that could have been made by the brand in the 80s. Thank you for tuning in and for having a look at Guida Touring Sport here in Uden in our studio. Have a great day.